Good job, everyone, for managing your unrealized losses.
Welcoming Jimmy Kostro back for the third time on the pod, fourth time on the channel.
And are we in a bear market? Was that the top? Yeah, I think probably. The problem that Bitcoin solves has not changed. The whole cabinet's pro Bitcoin. They want to be able to be the only ones that could have the yield on stablecoins. This is probably one of the most thoughtful Bitcoin hubs in the world. Wow. Making it us one of the most funded Bitcoin communities ever. $80,000, $65,000 Bitcoin. This is a great time to put some of your savings in and build a conviction. There is a swath of positive Bitcoin news out there.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Halving Report podcast. I am Brad Mines, your host. The price of Bitcoin is approximately $76,000 and there's 800 days left until the next Bitcoin halving. Got that displayed on halvingreport.com. If you guys want to go there, check it out. Check out our new website, our new blog post. We talk a lot about what's going on in Thailand and just the macro space in general. Today, welcoming Jimmy Kostro back for the third time on the podcast, or fourth time on the channel if you count the presentation you gave to the Bitcoin Agri Group when you came down
Canada.
To Canada. Your first time speaking.
My first time speaking in Canada.
Oh, man, yeah.
That's cool.
So it's another beautiful day here in Thailand, man. Are you ever gonna get sick of this, beautiful, perfect weather days or what?
I think I'm here for the long run.
Yeah.
I do. I really love it here.
Yeah. You've been here for how long now?
4 years and 1 month.
4 years and 1 month.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And you've already, it seems longer because I don't know, you have this Bitcoin Learning Center, 4 stories now. This is the fourth story. Yeah, we're in the studio now. And you said this is your first time actually recording in the studio.
My first time. Yeah. They use it weekly, all the time. It's super active. I mean, I always say 95 or 96%, everything's done in Thai. But yeah, seems like I've been here a long time because we do so much. Like we just head down work, build, and we got a lot going on. So yeah. Sometimes it seems like I might've been here longer than I have.
Yeah. I come back, I'm here, maybe every couple of months I'm here a couple times or something. And every time I come back, there's a lot more going on. So it's great to see the quick movement. Your mission here is admirable. Many big figures in the Bitcoin space have been through here. Got a picture with Jeff Booth. So lots going on. I love
when you're here. I'm glad that we're doing this in person.
Yeah.
Because now you're living in Thailand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I've been here for just almost a year.
Yeah.
I originally came out in November of 24, but have been back to Canada for summertime.
So is it growing on you?
Yeah, it's growing on me. And I'm just thinking in my head, am I ever going to get sick of this place? Especially right now when all my family and friends are showing me pictures of 2 feet of snow back home. And I'm thinking, I mean, it must be like this for you. You're not too far away from me. It's just scary looking at it now. It's I do not want to be there. The sunshine is so crucial to my happiness these days. So I'm afraid that I'll never leave.
And in Chiang Mai, you could you could just where you relocate changes it up too. If you stay down in Hang Dong or Mount Rim, or you go in the outer areas, your daily things or your daily markets are different. The people you interact with, the cafes you go to. So, I mean, it's big enough to not feel like I'm so, I'm running the same people, but it's small enough where you could change it up and really get to experience a lot of Chiang Mai. So I don't feel bored yet. We travel a lot, all over the world.
Yeah.
Go to every major Bitcoin hotspot. Each time I'm I just want to go back to Chiang Mai. We miss the way of life here.
Yeah.
It's one of the things people say, this is such an active hub, and it's grown, and I guess we'll get into it. I didn't want to cut you off anyway.
Yeah, no, I feel the exact same way. No matter where I go, whether it's, visiting China or Canada, I always want to come back to Chiang Mai. It's really a haven for me in many different aspects. And, Bitcoin's one of them, but there's many other great things here going on too. So it's just all things come together. Yeah. I don't see any other place I'd rather be right now.
Same.
But I mean, let's talk about what's going on, man. You guys have done a lot. Just in the past January, I saw that you'd put up a bunch of things going on.
Totally.
You mentioned, how much recording, your team is doing here, the growth of the Bitcoin Chiang Mai podcast, the channel, generating revenue from that now. So much going on right now. What's on your mind? What's the big thing in your mind right now?
The growth for January is exceptional, remarkable. It's actually lesser known. For a while it was like, man, maybe it's because I don't like market it well internationally. Maybe I don't do like crazy thumbnails or something. But like what we do is remarkable. I mean, there's over 250 active international people that visit here repeatedly, and about 250 for Thai. This is 500 people. We go all over the world looking at we know the hotspots like in El Salvador and in Lugano. These would be comparables. And this is just totally different. And we work closely with the universities. The podcast they have, it's so active, it reaches 3,000 Thai people every single day. I remember when we recorded last time, it was reaching 1,500. Just from December, or maybe it was even less, just from December, for context, where Thai people spend their time is on Facebook. If your business is on Facebook, you don't exist. And whether we don't like it or not, because Bitcoiners are very, all about like decentralized tech and Nostr and whatever else. But that's the truth, because we got to go where the people are. The Facebook, so we've been deplatformed 3 times. Bitcoin Learning Center, Bitcoin Chiang Mai, and Bitcoin Marathon. It's just Bitcoin in the title, we realize, and we get in this algorithm, this loop. And the loop, we can't get a human to take us back out of and to be like, hey, we're not doing a trading marathon. We're not doing all this shit. So we renamed it to BLC 10 months ago. Cool, man. It's BLC, Chiang Mai, Bitcoin Learning Center. In December, I was looking at a contract on the second floor today when you came in, because we're changing it from Tether to Binance. I can't really talk about this cool stuff. And I'm like, oh, we got to update that slide from early December, which said that the Facebook fan page that they have had 12,000 or 13,000 followers. It's got 26,000. That was December. We're recording in the beginning of January.
Wow.
So that alone is like substantial. Like Right Shift is the other major one in Southeast Asia for Bitcoin education. They have 49,000 or 40,000 followers. They've been doing it for 5 years. They've been doing it for 10 months. Again, like we mentioned, like the YouTube channel monetized. They've got 6,000 subscribers and growing, 3,000 people watching per day. So anyway, when I just kind of summarize, that growth is very important because we reach people digitally. As a physical hub, we had over 125 people visit here in January. We're starting to do KPIs because we recently got our grant from the Human Rights Foundation, which is remarkable that they seed our efforts because someone's listening. And so this helps with our salaries and our operating costs. In addition, we're doing these running events, which are reaching millions of impressions. The Bitcoin Half Marathon reached over 20 million impressions. 20 million impressions in Thai. There's only 70 million people. So like, let's keep doing this shit. We bring the best to the universities. We have super relations, professional MOUs, like real agreements with the universities here. Unheard of, right? So these things are unheard of. We were in the university in January. We fly up the best in Thailand. They come, and this was a Thai one. And we did workshops all day and self-custody and energy and how mining fits in and educating the educators and teachers. And so it's really fascinating. So we're in with the schools. We've got course curriculum going digitally. We got seminars that we have. The podcast that they have in Thai is weekly. They added a fit health guy. So they'll talk about fitness and health, and a medical doctor will come on.
We're on the podcast.
Yeah, he'll sit here, and the host is another female Bitcoiner, and they talk about health and how that intersects. And then they have the BitDev guys that are now. So those things are happening. Dude, people come every day. Like today, right now, we might even see pop through someone that's coming at 1 o'clock. And I know like 7 people have been here already today, and we're recording just at noon.
Wow.
It's just super cool. So anyway, yeah, like that's the bigger like idea of it's so underreported of what we do. And maybe it's because I'm really poor at marketing, or maybe just Bitcoin education isn't sexy, but I think we're doing a good job.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, your mission here is very admirable. You guys are moving fast. There's so many things you just mentioned, the MOUs, the bit that was one of my questions actually asking about this. There's the bit news and the bit health.
Yeah.
So what's the bit news? Is that
so something? Yeah, there's live news today's Wednesday. Yes. So if you were to come back around here at 6 o'clock, they do live news
Wow.
up here from the studio. So since we've built in the studio, they've been able to have a greater bandwidth. The first floor, you're kind of like, all right, it's a lot of traffic because we're a physical Bitcoin community, which we encourage people to come. But with that, people come and it's a little bit disruptive.
Right.
So now Folk, our media producer and content producer, lives up here when we're not recording, because it's not all the time we're recording, maybe a few hours a week.
Right.
So this is like, you have to work pretty hard to get up to the fourth.
This is the only place you can get work done now.
Oh yeah, I don't even come here to get work done. Like I literally try to get it done before I come here and do light work. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Because I was comparing it to this other workspace that I was at the other day, and it's just a whole different. It's a whole different setup. Like it's a whole different setup. But what you guys are doing is it's more unique. There's like it's like a workspace. You get people that aren't really interested or don't really know, anything about crypto or Bitcoin or anything like that, kind of coming through and just working away. But yeah, here there's so many people and connections happening all the time that I couldn't imagine you getting any real work done here anymore. Probably when you first getting going, and in the early stages, I'm sure you could get a lot of time here, but now it's
we like wish for people to come. Now it's like we need more space.
Yeah, we need more space. Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do after this? You got where to go now?
There's a neighbor that has this old shed that's like maybe 20 meters away.
Oh yeah.
And so we're working a roundabout way of trying to negotiate getting more space there.
Wow.
So that'll be like a welcoming center as you come into here. I'll tell you 2 parts. One, the team is talented here. Everyone is very, very talented. In addition, you add that with the location of being Chiang Mai, that digital nomad expat hotspot. So like it was kind of inevitable that a Bitcoin focused building would pop up at some time because it's just such a ripe hub. So to be honest, like that is a big reason we have so much traffic. If you were to plop this into Toronto or Quebec, it just wouldn't be that way because we have these unique dynamics of developers that live here, people that are sovereign individuals, people that come for geo arbitrage, cost of living, cost of living again, quality of life, food, health, wellness, everything. So those are just like some reasons why this is all so magnetic and it brings in so many people. So when people say, what do you want? You just come and see for yourself.
Yeah. And you've been very, open and inviting for folks. And yeah, definitely Chiang Mai is certainly unique. We talked about this with my friends the other day of how, you don't have like all these WhatsApp groups like back home where people just randomly get together. There's a lot of solo travelers, people working online. Yeah. And like you said, you've always been open, like come use our space, if you want to get work done, if you can, because you're always chit chatting. Right. But no, it's certainly unique. You mentioned you're going to Xi'an.
Yes.
March 15th?
Yes.
Okay. And you're going to do a ultra?
I'm going to do an ultra marathon.
Okay. And that's, how long is that?
This is a 50-kilometer ultra marathon. I have 14 hours to complete it.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So for 14 hours straight, you're going to run?
I'll finish in 10 hours.
You'll finish in 10 hours?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, right. Is this your first?
It'll be my 4th.
Your 4th? Okay.
My first one was in November. I signed up for the second one because I was unsure I'd be able to do the first one. And so I was like, well, I finished the first one. It was a 10-hour cutoff here in Chiang Mai, 2 hours south, and Doi In Thanh. And I signed up for the second one because I was afraid I was going to finish the first one. And I finished with just 45 minutes. 9 hours, 15 minutes, 10-hour cutoff. The whole thing was very, very challenging. I was really, really having a hard time. And I learned so much about what I'd wrong. And I'm like, well, I already paid for the next one that's in 30 days or 20. It was 21 days after. I'm like, well, if I just properly do this, and that, then I could probably do better. I went to the second one and I finished almost 5 hours early. And I was like dialed in. I'm like, well, it wasn't fueling properly. I was just so like, I was running the engine too hard in the beginning. So I'm like, all right, cool. to like bring it into like, why is this? We decided a year and a half ago, like we're running out of people to educate about Bitcoin. What could we do to invigorate or spark interest and curiosity about what is Bitcoin? What can we do? Well, these marathons are pretty popular. We said, okay, we'll put on the world's first Bitcoin half marathon. This workup was huge. The workup was huge. The event was huge, and it generated so much interest about Bitcoin. That's why we start doing these running things.
Were you running before you came out to Thailand?
So no, I was running 1 year before. I started running two years and 2.5 years ago. After the first marathon or two, I'm like, well, it's a lot of people. Like, oh, maybe we should like advertise like Bitcoin, like come learn or some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, what's that? I'm kind of entrepreneurial. I kind of want to like do things. I'm like, why don't we just put on a race? Wait a minute, we don't want somebody in toes. We don't know. Race organizing is a pretty big deal.
Right.
Why don't we connect international grade sponsors with race organizers and make it the Bitcoin marathon? So that was our approach. And we said, what's next? We got to do another one. We live in these beautiful mountains. They have these trails. So we put on a Bitcoin trail run, the world's first Bitcoin trail run. Us and the sponsor, this was us and Binance. They paid like $15,000. We paid like $15,000 just to do this thing. And it sold out in 2 weeks. Problem was, Thai people get paid the last day of the month. And we had launched it like the 10th of the month. So everybody that wanted to participate was like, well, we didn't get paid yet. So we reopened it and it oversubscribed by 25%. So the Bitcoin trail run oversubscribed. And now we are hosting the world's first Bitcoin ultra marathon, September 25th, 6th, and 7th. I say multiple days because these crazy guys that run 100 kilometers, there's like multiple day running event.
Right.
But now it's going to be multiple days of branding and marketing Bitcoin awareness and exposure for financial inclusion and economic empowerment.
Wow. So you got the trail run, you got the ultra. The trail run's upcoming?
Trail run just happened, just finished.
Finished?
Yeah, a week ago.
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
Right. Okay. And you got the ultra so what are the dates?
September 25th. The trail run had already reached 2 million impressions.
Wow. That's crazy. And then that's on top of
the 20 million from the half marathon.
Yeah, from the half marathon. And then you're doing the half marathon again.
And we'll do the half marathon again.
So you're doing 3 major running events.
So now we have this brand called Run for Freedom. And this is
that's developed from, that used to be like slogan. Now it's a whole brand.
It's a whole brand.
Yeah. Okay.
We learned early on, we were afraid we weren't going to market right. We weren't going to afraid to have enough people. We spent a lot of money on marketing. We spent a lot of money on extra photography. We learned a lot, but we learned quick. We paid to learn. Instead of going slow, we paid to learn. This time we wanted to learn the trail way, so we split it with Binance. But it didn't end up costing us. It cost us less because we earned income from the participants, like the registration fees. So it wasn't quite the same. We put on a bunch of things. When we do these events, did you go to the white paper party in where we rented out the movie theater?
No, I didn't. I wasn't there.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So we with the big events, we attach like a massive seminar, kind of like you would call a conference. And we'll have people so the day before, giving more reason for people to come to the region to participate. So like, if we know that there's an event September 25th, 6th, and 7th, now you'll know that the 25th will be like a serious Bitcoin event here, because we try to take that synergy and energy and bring it together.
Wow. Yeah. So do you know the actual where you'll be running it'll
start at behind 700-year stadium up at the Science Museum, right at the base of the mountains. And then the race organizer designs these massive courses that don't overlap and intersect and times. You got to think, if there's 15 aid stations and there's 10 people that, just call it 10 aid stations, it's 15, and 10 people man it. They work for 8 hours. That's 80 people, but there's 3 shifts because it's a 24-hour thing. So it's 250 people that are just managing aid stations. And then you have people at the registration, and you have people at the final, and you have all the people that put it together, and the safety people, and it's like it's a massive deal.
Yeah,
it's just not. We're Bitcoin educators, so we're not race organizers, but we're working very closely with them.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to step on the toes of the marathon mafia.
No, you don't. That's something you don't want to do too. Yeah. and people can feel it in the air. It's like, whoa, this Run for Freedom brand's growing pretty quickly too.
Oh,
yeah. So like, it's an easy way. Like we want to get reviews because the major marathons in town have like 50 reviews. We have 300 reviews.
Wow.
100% rating. Like
Damn.
302 reviews, 100% rating.
Yeah.
With photos and nice things. We encourage it. We encourage it. So yeah, but again, we don't want to step on toes. We'd rather hire everybody. There's 3 major organizers. Jog and Joy, we hired them for the half marathon. Make Cannon Club for the trails, we hired them. And then this lady, Pro Nam and Pro Nati, we're hiring them. So we are bringing economic opportunity. We're not taking it away from anybody.
What about this, the run you're doing in China next month? Is that like through the town, or is that?
Yeah. I don't know
Not sure yet.
I don't know the route. I just know that I was proud of being able to get that one done. And then you collect these like stones, these like points that if you collect enough of them, you could get to go to the majors in the Swiss Alps and the French Alps.
Oh, wow.
It's like a lottery, and it's kind of like a fun game.
So throughout the marathon, you collect these stones like that you just kind of spot with your eyes.
No. Like you get
what?
you'll get like 2 stones, and each race might have 1 stone. It's a certain like UTM.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had 4 stones because I did some like big one, and then I put in to try to get in the lottery, and I didn't get in.
Wow. If I can ask you a personal question, you're in your 40s now.
46.
46. Yeah. So, well into your 40s. Like, how are you adjusting? Like your body, you've only been running for a few years. Like I tried running a while ago, like my knee started hurting, this and that. Like, how's your body adjusted? How have you evolved physically since you started running? And have you had to make any major changes or strengthening?
I overdid it on the workup for like running for the marathons in the beginning. I learned like my knees, my back. It's painful to just like go after it, but slow and steady progress, just like training. I followed some like online training things. My brother's a trainer too, and he's made some great suggestions. Stretching was a big deal, dude. It changed the game for me. Longer stretching before and after. It's like, I didn't think it was a big deal. It was a super big deal.
How much stretching do you do?
Like 15, 20 minutes of stretching beforehand and after. Like just at least like your knees and your back. You feel like you're good. Like that's kind of the way. And then just go slow. Like I would just do 5 in the woods. These ultra marathon guys, I thought were like the elite. But the truth is, they're not really the top guys. They are, but and the women, they're not running up those 5-kilometer mountains. They're hiking up, dude. So we could all hike up.
Right.
We just can't walk on the flats and walk on the down if you want to not get cut off. So it's kind of enjoyable. You're out in nature and fucking, it's a fun, enjoyable time. And so at my age, like at 66, I'm not going to be able to run. Or 70 years old, I might not be able to run. So why I can, there's so many people that can't run. Why shouldn't I do that and be able to like eat more things I want to eat? And you
you definitely can uptake your diet calories a lot more when you're running this kind of so that's a good point. There's a lot of people that aren't mobile, and so you got to take advantage while you still can, but also try to prolong what you have as well. Don't overdo it and end up in a wheelchair early. That's super cool. So I wanted to ask you just a couple macro questions as well.
For sure.
Like we're seeing massive we've seen volatility in precious metals recently, gold, silver, copper. I'm not sure what that's at recently, but we're seeing all-time highs, unprecedented growth, and then unprecedented dips and corrections. You're going to China. We're seeing like a massive accumulation of gold by China. And they're pushing for like their own digital or their own dollar and as a world reserve currency. What are your thoughts in terms of, their approach to Bitcoin or maybe crypto in the general? You're allowed to own it, but you're not allowed to trade it. So you really can't do much. But China is such a big influence in Asia. Like it's the most amount of tourists here in Thailand. You see Chinese people all over the place and all over Asia. Like how do you see that developing? And could this, their policy stifle Bitcoin adoption in Asia, do you think?
They are a powerhouse, and it's like tectonic what's
Yeah.
going on. Like when you like gold and silver and copper, like moving like this is alarming. Like this isn't normal. You don't have to be like, too intelligent to know that there's a major monetary shift happening, between the powers, America, India, China, Russia, China likes gold. It's always been a big thing, but I don't think that, their rules and regulations around like Bitcoin are necessarily going to slow adoption. I think that I personally think that China's going to go more of a gold-backed approach, as they clearly articulated. President Xi said he wants the yuan to be the world reserve currency. The only way he can achieve that is if he's going to have it backed by hard money. I think what we're seeing is that they will go with the gold approach, which I think America and the West, or at least like North America and South America, will go with like a Bitcoin backed approach. That's what I really think. I try to eliminate all like hopium out of it too. I do think like Europe and that side will go more of a Bitcoin backed way, but I don't really think it'll like stifle the growth. I mean, listen, this sucks, dude. Like, this place teaches people about Bitcoin, and we get heavy incoming like right now. Like, of course, we're down 40% from the high. Dude, you remember those questions, those friends were messaging you, is Bitcoin going to die? Like, imagine what we get. And it sucks, dude. It does suck for them. Like, because a lot of them don't fully, clearly understand it yet. Yes, for some of us, it's like, wow, it's an opportunity to buy more Bitcoin. Some of us are living on Bitcoin. For us, our payroll's in Bitcoin. That's 40% higher. I know our pal Jeff Booth is like, don't think in dollar terms. Well, dude, we got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
We got payroll. Like, and it's now 40% higher than it was in October. So it sucks, like, to be in this position and having to like sometimes, to dial back and deal with the ebbs and flows for people that haven't been in it. So like an education center are really new people, we get a lot of the international people that get it. We've been doing it. What does this happen like 6 times a year?
Yeah.
This is temporary. We know that. We've been conditioned to go through it. We know that this is, just part of the game. But as you educate the new people, it's like their savings is down and we got to reintroduce it and re-explain it. So it's a little bit of a shitty situation for them for the first time. But the ones that make it through, it always comes back harder, always comes back faster, always comes back higher. I mean, like, this feels pretty bottom. Bottom at 80,000, like, that's not too bad. I mean, like, bottom for us used to be 5K. So in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that bad. But in a macro position from the China side, I think it's not going to. Listen, the problem that Bitcoin solves has not changed. The price might change, but here in Southeast Asia, the people of Burma that really need this solution, that problem did not change or go away because the price in USD changed. So it's everything fundamental about Bitcoin is still there. It's just part of the market, part of Bitcoin being Bitcoin.
That's what I've recently had to say to a couple people too, is, fundamentals stay the same. You got to zoom out. Well, these are people, messaging you that, I've been, dollar cost averaging for 40 days and, what's it going to do? And so I also saw something, I don't know how true everything is. I see on Twitter, but that the electrical cost of a Bitcoin is like 71,000 US right now. So and it's never dropped below that. I'm not sure if you've seen anything like that or have any beliefs around that. But another metric that I love recently is the 200-week moving average. So, and if you just look at that, that's like consistently up and to the right, like which is promising. But then I've also seen people say that Bitcoin can during bear markets can dip towards the 200-week moving average, which would be pretty scary if it dropped to like $58,000 right now. You know, we're already fear and greed index like what 10 or 15 or something like that at the price today, which is what I say 76,000 last time I saw. So yeah, so lots of stuff going on, but like you said, fundamentals aren't changing. We're here for the long term. You know, the 800 days when we get to the next Bitcoin halving, usually it's up a lot to where the bottom is. So that being said, you and I think on the last pod we kind of had this like, agreement or like consensus that Bitcoin was probably conservatively going to hit 150,000 US dollars this cycle. You know, are you disappointed? Do you think that this we've peaked out at 126,000 through up into the next for this cycle, or what are your thoughts around that?
I think we've learned that most of us, the vast majority of us, are wrong in our predictions, and I'm glad that days are gone. I'm glad that because I think the big workup was Q4 of after 18 months after the halving, and like that was a really big deal, and like or even a Q1 right after. Here we are, and we were all wrong. Everyone's wrong. So like maybe that's put to sleep, and we could like stop that because it's disappointing when you're so convicted and you're pushing all the chips in and you're kind of going out on the risk curve to try to reach this. So I think are we in a bear market, and was that the top? Yeah, I think probably. Luckily, these things only last 12 months on average. So if you start the clock from October, we've got like 300 days left or 250 days left. So there's that. I mean, I know like for me personally, like I do want to say, what I see so many people come here and they're deflated reasonably. Majority of their wealth is in Bitcoin. And no one really ever says to them, good job managing the unrealized losses. Like no one has the conversation with anybody about this. Like, good job, everyone, for managing your unrealized losses and hanging in there down 40% from the all-time high. And I think that there's something to be said for that because everyone, it's a very private thing, how much Bitcoin each person has and where they're at and they're not consoling someone of like, oh, my Tesla stock's up and down 20%. Like those conversations don't happen in Bitcoin. Thousands of people come here and hundreds of thousands watch the Thai side of it. So I suggested for the news at the end of the news today that like to be encouraging and tell people like, congratulations on managing this. And it really strengthens you. I've been doing this for almost 10 years now. And we know that it does strengthen you. But I'll tell you, for me, maybe because I work here, it doesn't seem like it gets too much easier. I mean, I think like after FTX, and we made it through that. And luckily we were able to buy Bitcoin and stack stats there. It's like feels a little bit like that. Like I'm trying to remember how I felt 4 years ago, and like I felt similar like to that feeling.
It's crazy to think that was 4 years ago already, right?
Yeah.
That was 2022, the FTX.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I feel like there was no major event this time. Was there anything
like this time?
Yeah.
I just feel like, I guess, what did we see? Like that gold exchange that had $19 billion stop giving access to the Chinese residents. This is just last week.
Sorry, I'm not familiar. What is it?
There's a gold warehouse or the exchanges, the physical custody people aren't giving access to their people. That was a major news.
They're not
aren't giving access to their gold.
So
the depositors.
In China.
Yes.
So this is like a gold, you're not allowed to take your gold out sort of thing.
Major news.
Wow.
That was being covered on the news today for the Bitcoin news.
Okay. I'm going to look into this after the pod.
But like that, I don't think that explains like 120 all the way to 125 all the way down here. I think really what occurred is more in October 10th, that timeline of like when something really blew up. My understanding is that like Binance Stablecoin had this pretty interesting. They offered like another stablecoin, and then they were buying USTD there, and there was kind of like their self-generating interest there, and it was affecting other exchanges. There's something from October around that period that broke or blew up that I
Mm,
feel is really cascaded into everything.
I guess it's just not as obvious as the FTX collapse, right? Like it just doesn't seem as black swan, I guess. But
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, I guess on the interest rates in America never going, never being cut along the way.
right.
And like,
But that's some bullish sentiment that we're going to have the Bitcoin friendly new Fed chair coming in, right? In mid May
yeah, I mean,
and lowering. I'm sure he's
they get
in
pointed.
alignment with
He's pointed to lower rates, right?
yeah,
But don't we front end that? Listen, and Bitcoin's
probably.
most sensitive to like, it's the most liquid crypto asset. So it's
Mm,
the one you could buy in and out of. So it's going to be the most sensitive. So I think like, as we've seen in history, usually these metals do well. And then once they cool off, then Bitcoin bottoms and then it rips up. So I do believe like here we should get out of this and this should be
mm,
a local bottom.
mm. Do you think AI has kind of stole the excitement around Bitcoin, blockchain, crypto in recent year or two?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely in some capacity. I mean,
I mean, you guys are utilizing, you're kind of giving me a little preview of how you guys are utilizing. I'm not sure
yeah.
where you are in this process and how much you can share with that, but I know you guys have been utilizing.
Yeah. You know, from a retail side, they're just looking for the best. They're not in it for all the reasons we're in it. Like they're in it for gains and AI is very popular and it's very marketable. Maybe not everybody understands Bitcoin.
Well, it's also, I feel like AI has this modern day or everyday use case for ordinary
Yeah.
citizens, where a lot of ordinary citizens aren't utilizing Bitcoin every day,
Yeah.
or they don't have a need for Bitcoin every day, except maybe a store of value, which is more of a long term play.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like I don't know, a direct benefit to, as your little assistant on the side there. But it seems like in terms of investors, like a lot of people are going to these, you know, uh, what is it, TCM or like these hardware manufacturers, the chip manufacturers,
Yeah.
all these AI companies. And do you think that's kind of taking away from
I think it
Bitcoin investment?
definitely took a lot of the wind out of the sails. Like
Yeah,
just a massive need for compute and all these chips and like
yeah,
seeing what's going on with XAI and ChatGPT and this big massive war. And it's like the
mhm,
headline of all the news and it's being deployed pretty quickly, so we're starting to see like, we're starting to use it here, like you're just alluding
mhm,
to create a Burmese freedom, financial freedom division. So we're not going to have any real physical people in harm's way. One of the problems with creating Burmese Bitcoin division is that as soon as someone gets attached to it, then they get on like a blacklist. And then they have to renew their passport at some point and go home. And then they can be arrested, captured, or worse. So there's a lot of hesitancy around um,
oh, yeah,
promoting it in country.
right,
Like you couldn't build this building in there in Burma or Laos around
yeah,
us, these authoritarian regimes. But you could create these sub agents that could do a lot of the things that you would want them to do.
right.
And really, you just want to have information, basic savings information, reach as many people as possible. So that's what we're using AI to do. I think it's enormously helpful. I believe it is deflationary. I think, costs are going to eventually come down. And it's an exciting, scary time. At the same time, it's exciting and it's scary. And if you're not using it, I'd be worried. And like, yeah, it definitely, I think took the sales out of Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, was it like in March? Well, there'll be less than a million Bitcoin to be mined
Oh, yeah, that's coming up.
in the middle of March.
That's crazy. Less than a million.
So, I mean, like sometimes someone's got to pay attention. Like if you do spend time on researching, like another state in America is reducing capital gains, another country's like pension funds purchasing Bitcoin. Like there is a swath of positive Bitcoin news out there,
Yeah,
like overwhelmingly positive,
yeah.
and we're dumping. And at the end of the day, there's only so many of them, and you get it or you don't.
Mm,
And like, got to hang in there, reduce your cost of living, lower your expectations, have a longer time horizon, because if this is a bottom or even call it 50K, which is, I don't think that's going to happen, then that bottom is like an amazing bottom compared to every other time we bottom. So like if you look at the blips and you look at like Mount Gox, which went down 90%, if you look at that chart, you can't even see the hump of that. Like you see like a little ant.
And that was what, 2013?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and then like the next one in 17, the ICO, it's like this.
Yeah.
And then, so, you know, we're humans trying to process this and where we are in our seats. But at the end of the day, all we got to do is stay healthy and ride it through.
Yeah, no, it's good to see, you trying to stay healthy. And for this long term, you're obviously committed. You have a physical proof of work here, a great building and lots of stuff that you built out here. I noticed this software book behind you.
Nice.
Did you ever try reading that? I got through like the first little bit. I'm like, man, this is complex shit. Like, I feel like I need to like do some sort of precursor homework before even getting into this book. Like, and I think they took it off the market or something like that.
Definitely for a while. I know at one point someone came here and was like, that book's worth $500 on Amazon. I like his unique approach and theory and makes sense to me. No, I didn't read every page of it.
Yeah,
he is writing a new one.
Oh,
Lowry's writing to more orange pill normies.
Oh,
I think he's like an MIT guy, right?
Yeah. I haven't seen him, or I thought maybe he left X, Twitter.
I think he's like, he still works for Space Force or the U.S. Air Force. And you're very limited. I think like he came out pretty hot, and I think he had to get reeled back in from command, from the military. So
yeah.
At the end of the day, I think he's right.
What, if we can dive into Thailand, crypto policy or Bitcoin policy, any major developments in the past few months? And also, I wanted to ask you, like, was there a little bit of disappointment with the sandbox program? I guess it wasn't what people thought it to be. What's kind of happening in the policy development?
There's two sides to this. There's tourist, which is like 20% of Thailand's GDP. And one side of it was aimed at tourism, so they could exchange their crypto into Thai baht, and it could be a useful, helpful economic activity. Reality came that a few things. Most people weren't using it because it was very limited. You had the merchants had to be participants of this program, so they had to be accepted, and it wasn't their cryptocurrency or Bitcoin that they could convert into Thai baht, to local currency. It was like an e-Thai baht, a representative of the Thai baht.
Okay.
So I can't just exchange it with you. I got to exchange it with a participating merchant. And that just like deflated everything. No one wants to do anything anyway. And now they just created it so complicated. So the users didn't want to play that game. The receivers didn't want to participate. It was only for the few major corporations or major like players that were tied into this big, huge sandbox program. So it didn't get much fanfare from both sides. The other side is this G token for the Thai people. And my understanding is that would give them access to like bonds in like America for low cost, up to 100 baht, like $3 you could buy a bond backed by the government. So it gives people access, the Thai people access. That isn't really performing because it's digital, it's new, backed by the Thai government. They don't have a strong stock exchange. It's just not popular. And the other thing is no capital gains. So Thai people have no capital gains till 2030 on Bitcoin. But I'm going to be very clear. You must buy the equal amount of Bitcoin that you're going to sell. So on the exchange for that to not have capital gains. So let's just say you want to give a Thai person Bitcoin and they sell it for you. They can't just have no capital gains and give you the money because there's no proof that they purchased that amount of Bitcoin. So if they have to buy $1 million of Bitcoin on a regulated exchange KYC to be able to have no capital gains
Mm.
when they sell. They can't just miraculously just start depositing Bitcoin onto Binance or BitCub and have no gains,
Right.
because everyone would just pump money into Thai people.
Mm.
And
So is this like grandfathered in? If they had bought in the Bitcoin somewhere legally or through a regulated exchange before this law came into place, is that still?
yeah, I think it started when the law started.
Oh, so any Bitcoin purchased after that date?
Yeah,
Okay.
from the participating exchange.
All participating exchange.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's not as sexy as
I mean,
Still
that's
not-
2030. I mean, that's decent, man. You could probably double, triple, maybe quadruple your money.
I think so, yeah.
Tax free in a few years. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good.
But I will say, like, the experience from the exchanges is pretty great. Because the banks are so linked. So if you go, if you use like Orbix, which is a major exchange, the Thai person will deposit Bitcoin. It'll appear in Orbix, and then that exchange only allows limits. You can't sell on the market. There's no like market price. It's like, if let's say you sell now and the Bitcoin price drops in the next few hours, it's not going to sell until it hits your limit order. They just have limit orders. They don't have market orders at Orbix. So you got to like cancel your order, place it higher at the market.
Oh, that's different.
But it's instant. So as soon as it sells, that money's instantly available in your bank account.
Oh,
which is pretty cool too.
yeah.
So I see that happen all the time here. And then getting on exchanges has gotten faster and easier for Thai people. And then people with certain visas can have, even the visas that we're on, we could get access to the exchanges here. So it's been a lot. It was built up to be this really exciting thing for Asia and for Thailand. But at the end of the day, in practice, it was very disappointing.
Right now, which government is in power in Thailand? And like, is it the crypto friendly? I know there's like what, 3 or 4 major parties that kind of compete. I know they're rolling back like marijuana stores. I saw there's like the less marijuana friendly in power right now, so they're closing a bunch of shops. So is this like the crypto friendly government in right now, or are they one of the other ones? I haven't been following.
No, it's not the crypto friendly one, and it doesn't seem like they're gonna win either, because when they did legally win, like the military changed the rules during the game, and so like there should be a different winner. But I definitely don't talk about politics here, because I don't understand it well enough to articulate it.
Right. And yeah, as a foreigner, you have to be kind of careful when you're in someone else's homeland, and not to, you're already doing a lot with the Bitcoin.
I feel like
they don't got to protect what you have and what's going on. That's the important mission. Sure. But obviously working with agencies and organizations is important too. What about American policy? Let's shift over to American policy. Are American Bitcoiners, or Bitcoiners in general, are they happy with the Trump administration and what they've done with Bitcoin? We've seen, quite different perspectives on that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's a pro-crypto president, pro-crypto treasury, pro-crypto secretary. I mean, the whole cabinet's pro-Bitcoin and pro-crypto. I mean, they even have their, World Liberty Finance Exchange or some shit.
Yeah.
The sons of the president have their Bitcoin companies, the Bitcoin mining company. I mean, I feel like if the other side won, it would have been it would have been a really darker side for Bitcoin. I don't get involved in American politics either. I live in Thailand.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say that this has been better for Bitcoin. It's so crazy. Like, there's what's going on? Like right now, there's like a stalemate or something happening in Congress for the Clarity Act, mainly because the banks don't want to have businesses be able to get yield on stablecoins. They want to be able to be the only ones that could have the yield on stablecoins, because they don't want to lose trillions of dollars of deposits when they're making 4%.
Yeah.
And they're giving us less than.
Is that why the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, has come out and said something about the banks trying to stifle the.
Yeah, like putting in like last minute wording
Saw something
It's all
about
fun
that, but I
things.
wasn't sure about the details. But
Yeah.
uh,
So like he had said that he'd rather see no bill at all.
mm,
That's how bad it was.
wow.
And you know what? Like, fuck you. Like, if America wants to be stupid, like, let someone else win. And good luck. Now you got to catch up. You got the money printer. Go.
Yeah.
Like, do it. Do what you want. Like whatever. Like, China. China. UAE. I hope someone comes in pretty strong. Russia, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you want to just. We're watching you. You're doing all the work, America,
Mm-hmm.
and you're left and right. At the end of the day, it's like it's not left or right. It's like you could feel like there's other powers controlling whichever side it is. They're all under the Epstein list anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a big thing going on right now.
Yeah, it's a
The
pretty.
Epstein list is what 3 million pages. I'm like, and then they're releasing like I don't know things that I feel like are just out there to confuse the public. Like I don't know, just pages of anonymous tips like to the government. So like it could be anyone like incoherent messages like that they're publishing. I don't know.
It's
Seems like
total craziness.
yeah, it's like you don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe.
I don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
But if they don't get their shit straight with
Yeah.
with Bitcoin and their policy, like someone else will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like, well, we'll see. So then you'll have to play catch up with your money printer.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, interesting times
Yeah.
going on worldwide. But I mean, one of the great things is that in some aspect, none of these things really matter. Like Bitcoin survives without government policy, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what it's been created to do. It's sort of a apolitical tool that kind of benefits all parties. I kind of recently put in my tagline, "Bitcoin is for everyone."
Yeah.
Like this is something I think has been forgotten a little bit. That
Yeah.
Bitcoin is for everybody. It's not partisan. It could be a tool used for good used for bad, but it's mostly used by good people like yourself doing all these great things, trying to, push financial freedom and sovereignty. So, we've talked a lot about kind of what you've been doing here. I'm not sure if you want to touch upon any of the other MOUs you have going on because you
Yeah.
have.
Cool. Happy to. So yeah, we work closely with two of the major universities in town.
Mm-hmm.
We helped Tether get their MOU with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
We helped Binance, the leading top exchange in Asia, or maybe the leading top exchange in the world. Their Thailand Bitcoin Binance TH Golf get MOU. And right now we brought Plan B Network, which is the leading Bitcoin education
Mm-hmm.
academy out of Lugano, Switzerland. We have walked them into the door, had a meeting with the university, and they're now also signing MOU. So we have people that get it, that really understand, really want the same mission. We really want to help them. It just helps many more people learn about Bitcoin, basic savings, basic finance. So we're really grateful to be able to work with the universities and help get these larger institutional people in play. Bitcoin becoming financialized is also part of this experience, which was never just going to be for
Mm-hmm.
us outside of here. And I think that's also part of the reason you see a big downturn or this big recent correction is with all that volatility and all of Wall Street getting involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, having institutional partners is a good thing. They've got a big loudspeaker and it helps more people
Mm-hmm.
find Bitcoin.
And why were you guys selected for the Human Rights Foundation grant? Or I know they give many grants through a certain amount of.
Yeah, well, we weren't, which is really funny because we did it for like a year. Like at first, they're like, "No, we don't do that." Like I had presented it as
Mm-hmm.
we've got this booming media thing, podcasting going.
Yeah.
Well, their rules, their stipulations were we don't fund that. Like, all right, no problem. We got this massive event happening with the marathon. Like, we don't do marathons. And I'm like, and some people are like, don't give up, just keep going. So there's no limit of how often you could register or submit. So I was very detailed about, I was very curate my answers properly and make sure along the way. And then about the third time, I'm like, well, we're doing it anyway. At the end of it, I'm like, we're doing all this stuff, everything, all of it. If you want to help support our operations, then you can. And we're going to do it anyway. And the mission's that important anyway, with you or without you. So we left it at that. And then they're like, okay, we'd like to have the next conversation. Our grant, so we put in for the maximum amount. So the maximum amount is 50,000, but I put in for 75,000 because this is like our operating costs are closer to like 150 or 120, are closer to 125,000 for that year when I did this. Now we have some more accounting stuff and some other stuff. It's a little higher. And when it came down to it, we got approved. Super exciting because like the validation and credibility from getting this difficult grant is just as powerful as the money. Opens up more doors. It shows that they've done their due diligence. Almost in a way, it was kind of good that we gotten rejected a couple times. They physically came here. You were here.
Mm-hmm.
You met some of them. So the experience was super valuable.
Now, did this grant come after they visited?
Yeah,
they had to.
Well, we were trying along the way, and you know, it's different when you physically see what we're doing. Like I think Gladstein's at the top of our website or top of Twitter saying, this is probably one of the most thoughtful Bitcoin hubs in the world.
And I saw you mention this on what Bitcoin did.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where
That's cool.
Grabbed that from. And it's great to hear that they're paying attention and they recognize the regional importance of Bitcoin in Southeast Asia, in the north of Thailand, being so close to Burma, being so close to Laos and China and Cambodia and Vietnam, and like what we could do together, and like that we're going to do it anyway. And maybe they want to be partners. So when they said they're going to give us the grant, I was like, this is amazing, guys. Look, we did it. Congratulations. And they said, guess what? We are actually going to give you the full 75,000 you asked for.
Wow.
Making it us one of the most funded Bitcoin communities ever from this grant, from what were our operations. And then there's like other micro ones, but so I believe that they've seen the value that we're doing. While I also, in the beginning of the podcast, was saying like, no one's really paying attention to us. But I'm actually really cool with that. You know, like at the beginning I was like, oh man, we're working hard. No one sees. Now I'm like, how long can we keep doing this? And no one, and then we could chill and relax.
Yeah. But you're getting more seen in the Thai community though.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. They're rocking. Super cool to be part of it. Super cool to have you here in town and, you know, doing these podcasts.
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to be here. Like, this is great.
I feel really fortunate.
Yeah.
Great team. And but the human rights thing was a big thing. I had it on our KPIs is, you know, our growth is, you know, we've done so many more other things with the universities. We got some more things coming up. We have that Binance and Tether, and people want to be part of this next event. And I'm like, well, guess what? We're not doing for the Bitcoin Ultra. We're like, we have agency. We're not at the mercy of like needing you to do shit. It's like, we're doing this. And if you want to play with us, and we've recognized that gives a lot of power. Instead of saying, I want to have an event, will you sponsor? It's very different than I'm having the world's first Bitcoin Ultra Marathon. Do you want to play? Very different than, I think I could do it.
Right.
It's like, we're fucking doing it. We already signed our agreement with the race organizer.
Yeah.
We're putting the money up front. Now, instead of like layering on diamond, gold, bronze, silver, oh my God, fucking your coffee's next to, can you swear on your podcast?
Go for it.
Your beans are next to my nachos or whatever. and like, oh, I don't want my green color next to the Pepsi Cola. Like, dude, no. You are either paying for all of it or we're finding someone that will.
Right. You found some leverage.
Yeah. And through this, we're able to make a event management partner fee. So if the event's $150,000, we could make 15%, 20%, it's $30,000 to help fund our building. So you can't rely on something like HRF grant. This is an accelerant, makes us stronger, makes us reach further. It gives it's like literally giving us power to do more.
So this grant kind of just rolls into your operational funds. It's not like a direct.
Instead of having all of us come out of pocket.
There's no stipulations on it.
No. And we want to get KPIs, you know, they do ask for like a summary at the end of the year, but it's one of the best. I'm so grateful that it's not like you must do this or do that. Like no one said that at all to us.
Right.
So that's been really, really, really rewarding. And now like our relationships are really good, but still sensitive because everybody wants to play. And now the amount that one of our partners has can't meet the full amount for a meaningful ultra marathon. So then you're going to have the option with the half marathon. I mean, these are good problems, I guess. Yeah, I guess you'll have to have that for, well, not everyone's got $150,000 to be able to put on a marathon in Chiang Mai, Thailand. You know, that's a pretty big ask. So you do got to do like that layered stuff, but we're more experienced. We've been down that road. We know what to look for. We know how to play that. Like we have plenty of token bros or crypto bros that want to give you money.
Yeah.
But like, no,
Yeah.
like just, we built all of this. We're not taking money from the crypto bros from their fly by night rug pull.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, there's different levels of crypto bros because like, you know, to push back a little bit, like Binance, you know, obviously very big big exchange in the world that hosts many, I don't know, thousands of different coins, if hundreds, if not thousands. I don't know. It's many, right? And then also Tether, which exists mostly, it's on Bitcoin network, but also mostly ran on, I think, like Tron and Ethereum. How do you kind of balance this approach?
Okay, two things. One, people need a place to buy Bitcoin. You know, the exchange is where you have to buy Bitcoin. My good friend was the chief marketing officer there. She does this token of the day thing. How do you think that makes me feel? I'm trying.
Sorry, Binance?
Token of the day, yeah.
Okay.
So like, some of these are very, very, very questionable projects. And I just am so passionate about the education of just, please, what is Bitcoin? What are these meme coins, and what are these utility coins? Is that even a possible word?
Yeah.
Or their Web3 token?
That was a big thing for me in 2017. When
utility, like got a good word.
ICO day.
ICO of the day, yeah. So this bothers, this is like, man, I work so hard to educate about basic savings. People already don't know what money is. Why are we making it more difficult? At the same time, you have to say, well, where are they going to access Bitcoin from a reputable, credible source? They've got Binance, they've got Bitcoin. That's the bad side. The Tether side solves a real problem. The people in Burma can't take Bitcoin from January 15th when it was 95,000 to today when it's 75,000, and then purchase them. They just lost 20%, and we're right around there, 15, 20%. They can't afford that. So the stablecoin, the USDT, is a big deal. It helps them compared to the Chiat, which has lost 250% of its value in 5 years. Imagine losing half of your savings every year.
Yeah.
So I believe that Tether is a step in a solution to that problem, and Bitcoin for your savings. And I believe we could beam in that information from here, beam in information as content where they're consuming information. So they can learn about Tether. They can learn about exchanges. The exchanges are tough. The exchange CEO met me here. Listen, maybe you could help me. They all have the same first and last name. We can't. Sometimes they get it on the exchange and they bring a ton of money, $30,000, which is a lot of money in Burma. And they know it's not from one person. It's pooled and it's collective. And that's a liability and a compliance issue. So there's so many of these problems. But at the end of the day, we need to use the existing tools. Tether has 105,000 Bitcoin. They're like the 15th largest holder of gold.
Wow.
Like they're a Bitcoin company. Hello will say weekly, Bitcoin is the future. Like he knows this. And they're huge on Bitcoin education. So I really enjoy working with them. We have a very close mission. So yeah, at the end of the day, like Bitcoin's not going to just arrive in people's mobile phones. You know, we have to use the existing infrastructure.
Right. And build upon it. You know, we're already, I think, well over the hour mark here. So I know I have no phone in front of me. So I have no sense of time. I have no sense of time these days, especially since I've, quit my job in Canada and everything in my days. You asked me what day it was earlier and I'm like, I have no idea. So just want to ask you, like, when, again, I know I've kind of asked you this question before in the podcast, but just kind of good wrap up. Like, what do you like to do when you're turning your brain off, turning your body? You're not running, you're not out here, pushing the Bitcoin. Are you throwing on Seinfeld? Are you meditating? Are you going for a walk? What do you like to do, Jimmy?
This is what I do.
Mm.
Like Folk asked not too long ago, he said, do you guys just go home and talk about this and then before you go to sleep and then come back and do? I'm like, yes, we do. Like, that's kind of, that's the life I chose. This is what I do, man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of everybody. Everyone does such a good job. They work so hard. Like how I turn it off. Like, I don't know. I wake up at 5, and I start,
Wow.
and then, I wind down at 7 or 8 o'clock. I try to work out in the morning, being healthy with these runs. These runs are very like connected to Bitcoin awareness. Like there's nothing remotely close to what we're doing in this hemisphere. Well, Lugano's in this 8 degrees into the Greenwich, England part of the Eastern hemisphere. But other than them, like there's no one remotely close to doing what we're doing. I used to be like pretty like, oh, there's, we're one of the most active ones. Like, no, dude, wait till you leave this room. There's people here. I know it. I can hear them.
Yeah.
So it's just so grateful to be part of this. And like, what would I want to do if I turned it off? I'd want to just turn it back on. Like, what would I want to do? If I know I have I'm 46. I got 10 really great, like energetic years ahead of me. I should probably try to help as many people as possible. And I can. And I have that ability and I have the desire and I have the agency and I have the capacity and I have the bandwidth and I have the team and I have the energy. So like all of these things colliding say, we need a guy like that to drive Bitcoin education and Bitcoin adoption. I want more people to do this. I want to wake up and do it. I don't get burned out by it. I get fueled by seeing how successful he is, with his media. Like I look at it and I'm like, dude, you're fucking killing it. And I know it's a lot of work on these guys but they're reaching so many people and it's such a powerful part of their life and helping them learn more. Like they're learning more about the AI implementation there. And it might seem weird now, but it'll work later. And like working with bigger brands, like they were with the accounting firm on the second floor. And like in Thailand, we don't have many opportunity like this, like the Thai people. There's not a big booming economy like in North America. And if someone like me comes to the country and I'm so lucky for them to have me and I'm so safe here and everything's very kind and thoughtful, then I should give back and I should be part of that ecosystem and not just be a taker or a parasite or a leech on the system, but actually make it better. And I think that comes across in our relationships and our partnerships, in what we're trying to build here, why we're growing so fast. Our fearless leader, feels the same way about education. So is it tiring? Sure. But like at the end of the day, we just want to eat some good food and get right back to work tomorrow. So I don't know. I don't turn the TV on at all. If anything, I'll try to catch some of their podcasts. And there's just so much going on here in our orbit. If anything, we'll catch back up on that. Or yesterday I saw we had 305 reviews. It's 100% rating, which is remarkable. And I was reading the reviews that came through yesterday because they had just done this, like they were giving umbrellas for the people that were in the last event last week. And to see families come together and be so inspired by it, by what we're doing, and so grateful that this is what your calling is. Like when you're like, I don't want to go turn on Seinfeld or whatever. I don't know what the new ones are. That's what I wake up and we get a safe car so we could come here and do this every day. And so whether I'm working here or working there or working in my brain or running, I'll get like a good idea. And like we're using technology and Slack and like, yeah. So at the end of the day, this is what I want to continue to do. We'll continue to do it for as long as possible. And then eventually the community will take hold of it and the community will keep growing it. And then hopefully HRF and those guys help us with funding again. And if not, we'll find a way.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you kind of already answered my next question, but I'll ask it anyway.
Yeah.
But like, would there be any catalyst that would make you want to or think that, oh, my job is done here? I walk away and, maybe it's a self-running, organization without you. Could anything happen? Maybe it's 5 years, maybe it's 10 years, maybe it's 15 years. Is there anything that could happen that would say my work is done here?
No, I mean, it's an evolving thing. I don't want it to be part of my identity because if I don't know, Satoshi coins came back and everything went to zero and
I think it's past the point. I think it's
yeah,
part of your
I don't,
identity at
it
this
is
point.
part of my identity. I just, I do want leaders. Sorry. Um, it's hard. I'm the senior international lead here. I would like for it to be ran more by itself. But I also understand this infectious energy helps see around the corners.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. Like, what else would I do? There's a window. We have 10 years, dude, of where we could help so many people. Like, what I'm going to do for Burma, unless something dramatically bad happens to me, it's going to really help. Imagine when our content reaches 100 people, just 100. Imagine when it reaches 10,000 Burmese people. We have the solution. We could deliver it today to the people that need it the most. What more should I be doing? What else would I want to do? I can't believe everyone's not doing this, because this is what you could do to help the most people, is just give them this information. And I'm so grateful and blessed to live here and be able to see such an opportunity that I don't think I would do anything else.
Great answer. No, I love that. I love your mission here. It's great. I want to open it up to you because I know you had a couple notes there. So if there's anything that we didn't touch upon, I know this would be the opportunity to do that. If not, maybe just give some folks at home, maybe some lettuce hands at home, some words of wisdom and advice here.
I think I covered all this. We did KPIs for January the other day, and it's just remarkable. And I brought them up because it was just so awesome to see. We covered most of that, but yeah, I guess for people at home, you see it as an investment, but really this vehicle helps billions of people. And a lot of people live under authoritarian regime or are oppressed. And you could save, this technology is so powerful. I know AI merging with SpaceX is fucking cool, right? But there's this technology that is money that affects all of us, all 8 billion people. And if collectively we could fix the money or work on educating people about the money and making it to where instead of us losing our value over time, we gain value over time. This is enough reason to not worry about that price. And when you see $75,000, $80,000, $65,000 Bitcoin in USD, this is a great time to put some of your savings in and build a conviction and learn more about the problems that Bitcoin solves. Along the way, you're going to be in a position where you could retire and live in Thailand like Brad is, or you could build an education learning center like I'm doing. Yeah. Is it hardening and tough to go through this? But it makes you into a special person. It teaches you a lot about patience. It teaches you a lot about yourself. And I implore you to just do what you think is right and ask questions yourself and learn. Because when you peel back the onion and see how powerful and magnetic and purpose-driven Bitcoin is and the problems that it solves, I don't really think you're going to want to invest much time in anything else.
Well said. Well said. Has there been have you met any other international Bitcoiners that have moved here recently?
Yeah. People come here and they say they moved here because we're here.
Wow.
And we only have international events every couple months,
but
they just want to be close to there's, Bitcoin stuff. And our friend Stefan has the weekly Bitcoin meetup on Thursday nights at Sababa. That's cool. So a lot of people come here because of that. So there's been quite a few people that have moved here. But it is like when I hear someone, I'll move here because that reminds me of me when I moved here. I moved here because there was like a Bitcoin scene, and then there was no Bitcoin building, but we really don't do much international stuff. Not as much as we should.
Right.
We're about to do more.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. It's lots of exciting stuff. So
Sure.
Can you just give us a quick recap of like what the next month or two looks like for you?
Yeah. So we are going to be launching our registration opening for the Bitcoin Ultra, the BTC 100. Super exciting. I recognize such a gap in pre-cycle, like push up until the event. Like events are cool, but the work up into it, like getting the ad creatives and getting the fluids going. They already had 300 shares on the announcement of the opening, or like the save the date. So that's coming up soon. I'm really focused on. I'm going to be going down to New Zealand briefly. I've never been down there. Next week, going to run an ultra marathon. Just to do that. But and then my next focus is I'm focusing on Burma. I really want to see. I really want to focus the rest of my time on Burma. I want to focus on it. It's a wide open place. They need what we have. We're too close. They're our brothers and sisters in the north. We've got the solution.
Yeah.
All we got to do is get, like, a lot of them speak English. Get your podcast over there. Let's just see like 10 Burmese people watched it. That's all I need.
And the Burmese, like when you talk about foreigners in Thailand, it's the Burmese have the biggest population with millions of them here, right?
They all work here.
And so that's how millions of people that have connections back there. So it's probably...
this place should be like... Burmese should be bigger than our Thai community. And I think we can make it happen. Actually, we're going to make it happen.
Yeah. I love the confidence. Love that we're able to do this here today.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for your time, man. I know you're a busy guy pushing a lot of Bitcoin initiatives out there. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.